So hello.
Hello.
Hello, Maddie and Evan. Happy to have you here for a little video interview. Just finished your two Grand Prix events and qualified for Grand Prix finals, Skate America and NHK Trophy. So how was it for you to get back into the competition after the Olympic season and the long break?
Yeah, it was a big off season for us. We did 40 shows in Japan, in the US, and back in Japan. And it was an unbelievable experience. We had such a great time. It was the perfect way to cap off the Olympic season, which had been so exhilarating and so jam-packed, full of excitement and so many emotions. So it was really nice to have that kind of let down, be part of the tour. But of course, then we got a later start than we're used to going into the competitive season and our Grand Prix. So it was a bit of a tight turnaround and an adjustment, and we had to be our most efficient selves. But we're really enjoying competing again. We love competing, we love skating, and that's why we're here. So it feels really good to qualify for the Grand Prix final again.
Yeah, you said it was a late start to your programs. You started to build your programs only in the summer, in August, right? So.
Yeah, I think normally in the past we've had maybe April or May where we'll finish our programs, and this year was more August, September, and then we didn't have the opportunity to do a challenger and to do the Team USA camp like we normally do, but not making any excuses that, we enjoyed taking the opportunity to skate in those shows, and especially after the pandemic and not having the opportunity for many years to capitalize on that side of skating. We took it wholeheartedly, no regrets, absolutely loved it. But yeah, we got a later start, and I think that it's still early in the season, and we're definitely planning to grow these programs and see where they take us.
So how are you evolving your program? So you made, even after Skate America, you made changes to the rhythm dance and also to the free dance.
Yeah, I would say it's a constant evolution, and it always is a constant evolution. Our time schedule is just shifted, but this is the same evolutionary process that we would normally go through in the spring or summer, and we're just allowing it to be what it is and happen when it happens. I think the programs will keep developing as their natural progression will be, but we're very happy with how much we've improved our skating and our ability to keep growing and keep adapting and overcoming adversity.
The rhythm dance at David Bowie is really great fun and also an unusual choice. So how did you pick that one?
Well, yes, we definitely had the thought in mind that we wanted to do something that would stand out amongst the field of Latin dances. So I think David Bowie was a great choice. It feels like something special and unique to us, and we have an incredibly fun time performing this program. We love David Bowie. We've skated to David Bowie once before in the past, and so it was a surprise to be able to enjoy his music again in a different way and in a more Latin style, but keeping our David Bowie flavor that we love so much from his music.
And the free dance, you said yesterday in the press conference that it was, you have the concept is the spirit of fire and the spirit of air, the relationship between them. So that's very interesting. How did you come up with that?
So that's a pretty recent development. Just since Skate America, like Maddie said, we're going through the process of, finding exactly what we want to say with this program, and with our group, our team of coaches. After Skate America, we came up with this idea of fire and air, or fire and wind, and the way that oxygen can give life to fire, and too much it can get to the point where it gets out of control and wild, and then also it can be used to tame it and control it. And I think the music is really beautiful. It has some high highs and some really haunting lows, and we like the kind of concept of fire and the flame and how it can transfix and grow and get out of control or dwindle and like at the end, we start and we finish in the same pose, and I think that's kind of symbolic of the beginning and the end of the fire.
Yeah, so also interesting to see how that further develops, and also maybe with the costumes, because as always you have beautiful costumes.
Thank you.
To point that out. You've set high goals for yourself this season, obviously. What do you think you need to do to reach them?
Well, I think we have a lot of plans and ideas to achieve those goals. I think all of our events so far have been great lessons to us. The plan remains the same. The plan is to win the World Championships, and every step we take, every action that we make is going to be in pursuit of that goal.
Anything to add from your side, Evan?
Yeah, I think, the ice dance field is really strong, and we know that after, having been in the sport for so many years. So I think we definitely want to win a world title, and I think in order to do that, we're going to have to be the best team. And that's what we're working towards, and, we're very motivated to accomplish it.
Yeah, still ice dance is a deep field, and new teams coming up, and so other teams developing. It's still interesting even after the Olympics, and some other teams retired. How do you see the development of ice dance? There were a lot of changes to the rules for this season, for example.
I think the changes have been good, and I think that the changes have been hopefully welcoming in fans who aren't just ice dance junkies like the two of us. Those of us who do the sport know all the ins and outs, but I think for the casual viewer, sometimes ice dance can be sometimes difficult to understand, especially with regards to the pattern dance and the key points that we had for many years. This is the first season that we're not seeing the key points and the pattern dances, but I think the choreo rhythm sequence that's replaced it is really fun for the audience to entertain them and for them to enjoy the skaters and just make it all about the dance and the music.
Isn't that harder to judge for the judges? If there's one technical element less that is evaluated?
I'm not
sure. I think that's a question for the judges. I think it's certainly more entertaining for the audience and fun for the athletes to perform. It gives you the opportunity to show even more creativity in a program that's so jam-packed with technical elements that I think it can be really refreshing.
What else you would like to see in ice dance to continue to develop?
I think one thing in particular that stands out is the creativity, of course, and especially as it pertains to lifts. I think so many of the ice dance lifts, teams are coming up with lifts that haven't been seen before. It's really exciting. I hope that continues, and I think there needs to be a good balance between technical requirements and allowing for creativity, and I think that's always kind of a delicate thing to strike. But yeah, we love seeing the creativity from other teams and to push ourselves to continue to be creative as well.
Yeah, you also have very cool lifts. How do you design them?
I think years and years of experience. We've had a very strong background in acrobatics growing up from a young age. It was something that our coaches were great at providing and continue to provide. So it's just developing those skills to make you a more well-rounded athlete and performer. So it's not only developing skating skills, but developing lifting skills, dancing skills that really allow you to put together the complete package on the ice.
Yeah, so ice dance is a sport that really has multi-facets. When you coming back to the development of the sport, you are now, Evan, you are the athlete representative in the Athletes Commission of the ISU. What do you want to? Why did you get involved in that way, and what do you want to achieve in your role?
Well, I honestly was made aware that the election would be happening this year in 2022, and some people asked if I would be interested in running. So I decided that I think it would be a good experience for me, and it has been so far, getting a chance to see a different side of our sport. And to be the athlete representative is a big honor, and I think having been in the sport for so many years and having built a lot of great relationships with a lot of my competitors, I feel like it's a good position for someone with experience to be in, because I hope that people feel comfortable with me, that they can come up to me and ask questions about the direction our sport is heading, or offer ideas. And I've had some really fun chats with some fellow ice dancers about things on the horizon or ideas for the future, and that's what's been the most rewarding part so far, is just having a different perspective about where our sport is heading and hopefully having a small impact on it.
So how can you bring forward maybe ideas and suggestions from the athlete side to the ISU? Do they listen to you?
Well, so far, I would say yes. It's only been 6 months, but I did attend the ISU Congress this year, and I had a really good experience. And I know a lot of the people who are in the ISU just from competing for so many years, and it's just about being open to dialogue and being comfortable with one another and trading ideas back and forth, and that's what it's been about so far. And I really have enjoyed hearing from other athletes and sharing their perspectives, and then trying to translate what the athletes are feeling and hoping for to the people who are ultimately in charge of writing the rules and voting on proposals and making big decisions that ultimately affect all the skaters.
Yeah, I think that it's good that finally that we have this athletes commission and that the athletes have a voice also, because in the end the athletes have to do everything what the officials decide, right?
Yes.
Have you, already, what's really your plan after your career? Where do you see yourself in the future?
That's a great question, and one we ponder and think about often. But right now we're very focused on our career, because we know our years in the sport are fewer ahead of us than we have behind us. So we really are looking to relish every moment that we have on the competitive stage and soak it all in for as long as we decide to remain active competitors. But in the not so far future, we are planning to get married in 2024. So those are our immediate plans, and looking beyond that, we'd love to stay involved in skating in some way. I think maybe some type of future in design for me, whether it be costumes, helping other skaters develop their concepts in costumes, or home design. I just love that creative outlet. Yeah.
Yes, and maybe Evan becomes official.
Oh, I don't know about that.
President of the ISU.
Whoa. No, but I think we love the sport a lot, and like she said, we want to stay involved in some way. We don't know exactly what that would look like, but we'll see.
So we look forward to seeing you again soon, competing, and hopefully, also for a longer time still, because I believe you still have to give a lot to the sport, and always love to see your performances.
Thank
Thank you.
See you soon.
See you soon.
See you soon.